I will say the video is gorgeous.
Oh, the video is beautiful.
The video is beautiful. I love that video. And who's in it? Is it Dave? No.
Oh, Married to Carmen Electra.
That's him, right?
Dave Navarro.
Yeah, Dave Navarro.
Yeah.
He's not with Carmen Electra anymore.
Oh, R.I.P. that.
Back in 07, Blackout, they divorced.
Oh,
no.
guys.
I bet they couldn't agree on which was the better song, Piece of Me or Give Me More.
I don't know about that.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Gay Mads. It's Matt Palmer.
And it's Matt Steele.
And today we're discussing how some of our favorite songs in the world, you think about it and it's like, they're covers.
And actually, some of my favorite songs that we talked about on Two Gay Mats, I discovered were covers while on Two Gay Mats.
That's true. Like Good Night and Go.
Good Night and Go on Sweetener. I was all set to talk about Good Night and Go. And be like, oh, it's my favorite song on Sweetener. And you were just like, well, that's cover. And I was like, well, there goes my erection.
I think it's sometimes fun when, like, you don't know that a song is a cover. They make it so much their own that you're like, this is, like, you've reinvented the song and it's become yours now.
But then you also, like, hear the first version and you're just like, oh, wait, but I love this too, but in a different way.
Right.
Like, it's like...
Sometimes I don't go back. A couple of mine, I've, like, never listened to the original. Because I just have to...
You've never listened to the original?
Sometimes I'm just like, I don't...
Because I could see, like, preferring one or the other, but, like, still appreciating the one.
Sometimes I'm just like, no, this is the song for me.
Okay.
Thank you. You did a great job writing
Thank you, Dolly Parton, I guess.
Yes, Dolly. I'm sure you did a lovely job on your I Will Always Love You, but Whitney's got that in the bag.
I mean, Dolly also agrees with you.
Yeah,
so,
well, there you go.
hey.
I'm glad that Dolly and I agree. We're both very wise. Do you know she wrote I Will Always Love You and Jolene in the same day?
I saw that on
I mean,
Twitter.
if Twitter's telling me the truth, bitch, you better write.
I mean...
Queen.
But I'll start, since you're going to talk about Mariah a lot, I'm going to jump the gun and talk about Mariah first.
I'm not talking about Mariah. I mean, I could tell you all my favorite Mariah covers, but I thought that'd be boring. Mine are not Mariah.
Well, I'm going to talk about Mariah.
All right, let's hear it.
And it's one that he always gives me shit for.
Oh my god.
Because I talk about it all the time. Mariah Carey, on her underrated album, Charm Bracelet, she sings a cover of a 1980s rock song called Bringing on the Heartbreak. And the gumption and gall she has to take an 80s rock song, where the original version, they're just screaming it. The fact that she just whispers the entire... It's just a whisper.
I mean, but
and genius, and it's so dark and like...
she loves like a male adult contemporary or like soft rock leaning ballad cover, and so this fell in line. It was a little heavier with what, Def Leppard? Is that the original artist?
Oh, girl, I don't know. It's so dramatic and like so dark and like
so quiet, like girl. You could
but then all of a sudden there's this random giant whistle note, which is iconic. I'm sorry, but it's true.
That is not my favorite. If we're talking about Mariah covers, I would say that the Beautiful Ones and
Beautiful Ones is, in my opinion, objectively her best.
It is so
like,
great.
it's
all 30 minutes of it is
yes.
so excellent. I mean, Without You and Open Arms are both iconic and vocal peaks.
I love it.
I will say it is better than I Want to Know What Love Is, which I just think is a shitty song.
I don't know why you shit on that song.
I Want to Know What Love Is. Not her version specifically, I just think the song is bad. Like,
and it's a nice song.
No, it sucks. And like the key change goes down, boo.
I do not like a going down.
And that's a
Billy Elliot, the musical, Elton John wrote the score of the song Electricity, lovely song, and then the key change goes down and you're like,
I hate it. I hate it.
It's rough.
It's like going into quicksand. Anyways, so my covers are different for me. I think these are all artists I have not spoken about on the channel before.
I need some refreshing.
2 of them are men, so this is like a whole new world for me.
I'm gonna leave.
But if anyone's ever watched The World's Greatest Show from 2004, The OC, then you know that certain songs and artists were motifs of the series. And there's a song that I believe was used in the first episode of the series, which is a cover. There's a song called Hallelujah by Jeff Buckley.
Okay.
That is just rip your heart out beautiful. Like, it's just him and his electric guitar singing all of these verses, and you've heard the song.
Is it like the Hallelujah?
Yes.
Of course, yes, Kate McKinnon. I remember that.
What's Kate McKinnon?
Kate McKinnon at the piano.
This?
SNL being Hillary Clinton at the piano.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You don't remember that?
I don't keep a log of every
That's
Hillary
my
Clinton
favorite cover
moment.
of Hallelujah.
I just think that song is so fucking gorgeous. His performance is amazing. I believe he's no longer with us. I believe he may have died young, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, if he's still with us, then hello, thank you for watching. The last verse, I believe, is my favorite. The flag on a marble arch, but love is not a victory march, it's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. It's just like, oh, and it makes you think of Ryan Atwood and Misha Barton and how they went through so much as a couple, even though I was so sick of her in season 3, and like when she died, I was like, well, that's a song that I've always been drawn to, and I love the OC for many reasons, but I think one of the greatest things about it is like that the person who did the music on the show is like famous for doing television music, and like that lady, I believe she brought Imogen Heap into my life. There was a lot of frou-frou featured on that show. My high school experience is colored by the music of that music supervisor. I wish I could remember her name. I could look it up, but who has the time? But we love you,
wow.
And you brought Imogen Heap into my life, and you also brought Jeff Buckley's Hallelujah on one of the greatest shows of all time, best teen drama of all time, The OC. Thank you so much.
So, if it was a show tune,
okay,
and then it was done by a pop artist, that's a cover.
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Because I mean, like, it's Quiet Uptown.
Is this
like?
Oh!
Quiet Uptown, our greatest
I think you're gonna do Leah Michelle.
No!
I think Leah doesn't do
Oh yeah, Leah does a nice job with Don't Worry I'm Afraid, but like, if we're talking about Broadway covers, we're talking about It's Quiet Uptown.
Right.
It's such a show tune, and they changed so little about it, but it's to make it a pop song, and it still works.
Yes.
All they do is just make the production sound a little more produced.
Also, Kelly Clarkson is like,
yeah.
It's so famous for doing her covers, like obviously from American Idol, but even on her show, she's a person who like wants to make every show special, so she'll pick a new song to cover every night. And so, if you get a good song in front of Kelly Clarkson, whether it's a cover, like she can make it her own.
I just remember listening to that for the first time, and both of us just freaking out. If y'all haven't seen our reaction video for that, check it out, it's great. It's so beautiful.
I know, haunting, disturbing,
They always play it when I'm working at my restaurant. It's on the restaurant playlist.
Is it?
And whenever it comes on, I like turn around and I like sing it to myself quietly.
I love that you're like crying into the beer that you're giving out.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm at work, so I'm crying anyway. But like, when that song comes on especially, I'm just like, there's
single
something
tear.
Terrible to me.
I mean, yes. The next song I am going to talk about is also from a man. His name is Maxwell, and he did a cover of a song, and he did it live. He did a live cover in 1997 during his MTV Unplugged performance, and he did a cover of a Kate Bush song that I've never heard, entitled This Woman's Work. And I remember being...
I love that song.
I've never heard her
That's
version.
fantastic. I don't know what version I've heard.
Yeah.
I've heard a version of it, and I remember specifically being like, this is a...
It is an excellent piece of music, and his version is so impressive because A, it's fucking live. It's one of those like I remember growing up, there were only a few songs I'd hear on the radio that were the live versions, and it was This Woman's Work from MTV Unplugged, and I also heard Erykah Badu, Tyrone. But This Woman's Work I find so impressive because obviously the song is haunting and disgustingly beautiful, and just like, but like the acoustic backdrop, I think it's like just, it might be a harp, I don't know what the actual instrument is, but it feels harpish.
Okay.
And there's a lot of like breath in the production I like, and it's just him in his falsetto, like a very fragile falsetto. And as a person who sings, like, my falsetto is nice, but I love a jump up, jump down. You know, I love getting up there and then hopping right back down. And for him to have the like stamina, it's very impressive for a man to stay in his falsetto for that amount of time and not for it to sound annoying or whiny.
Yeah. Or like me.
Or like, just like ridiculous. It's just, yes, like it sounds so sincere. It's like you're holding like a little broken bird in your hand, but he just is holding it so beautifully, and everything's unsettled, but it's all so balanced so well.
Because it sounds like, I love when people sing in their like falsetto for a long period of time, it sounds like they're about to crack.
Yes!
A little bit, but like they don't.
And he never
hopefully.
does. And this is live!
My next one is by one of my absolute favorite artists, Fantasia. So when Fantasia was on American Idol, it was Country Week, and so it was kind of just like, oh my god, what is the Princess of Soul gonna sing? She sang a country song. A song that I know it's been done a lot before. It was done by Elvis, it was done by Willie Nelson, it was done by a woman named Brenda Lee, I forget. But it's called You're Always on My Mind. And it's a beautiful song. It's so simple, and after weeks and weeks and weeks, Fantasia had just been like funky and groovy and all this stuff, and she sang this like simple, classy song, just like standing on the stage for the first time, and it was stunning and amazing. She was 19 years old, giving us such
I didn't know she was that young on Idol.
Oh, she was 19, yeah. And it's giving us such sophistication. Simon Cowell didn't like it. He was just like, Fantasia. That was boring, and you looked like your mom dressed you, or like your grandmother dressed you. And of course, Fantasia famously screamed in his face, Simon, you don't know class! It was amazing. The entire time I was just like, I want her to release a version of this song. And she did. On her first album called Free Yourself, she had it's an R&B album through and through, but there's just a random country song on it. No frills, nothing to it. It's so beautiful. There's nothing I want more than like Fantasia randomly singing a country song. She gave it to us with Ugly on her album,
like
The Definition of, which is a great song.
I did like Ugly.
Oh, amazing. I love it when she sings Broadway. So I love it when she really like goes outside the box, because she can just sing the phone book, and I love her. And just that cover was the first time she proved that she could do that. So that cover will always hold a special place in my heart.
My next song is by an artist who just hosted the Grammys. Miss Alicia Keys on her first album after obviously Fallen was a huge hit. She has a song called How Come You Don't Call Me Anymore, which is so good, and I remember it having a great Neptune's remix. For so long I was just like, this is a great song, great Alicia Keys song, it's so funky, it's so well done, it's so well performed. And then I realized it's a fucking cover. It is a cover of a Prince song, and I think it was a Prince B-side, much like Sinead O'Connor's Nothing Compares to You is a Prince cover.
Interesting.
And it's just like, you don't realize that these songs that feel so personal to the artist are Prince covers, because Prince has so much fucking music. Like, he is so prolific, and he did everything himself, and there's just mountains and mountains of songs that like people have never heard before, and then these artists find them and they're just like, no, I can do something with them. Prince, I think, famously was not a fan of people covering his music, but that How Come You Don't Call Me Anymore is just really one of the most, like, perfect covers for the artist. Like, there was never a second in my mind that I thought this is a cover of someone else's song, because she made it so much her own. And I just feel like Alicia Keys, I even forget, but I feel like we all sometimes forget how amazing she was when she first came out. And I think How Come You Don't Call Me Anymore is such a perfect diamond in her crown. And lest we all forget that it's a cover of a Prince song, because Prince just can write everything for every artist, and who knew?
Whenever I hear a Prince song sung by someone else, I'm always like, I need to know more about Prince's writing, because I mean, I know, you know, Prince's songs and everything, but I don't know them as well as a lot of other people do, I guess. And it seems like he had such a wide range. It's so crazy that so many different types of singers can really take his songs and make it feel so personal.
I know.
Like, Nothing Compares to You is so Sinead O'Connor to me. So it's just like, wow, Prince wrote that like that? Like, that's so interesting.
I know.
I always love hearing those little sort of gems, like, you know, this person wrote that song. And it's like, what?
I know.
Like, that's crazy.
There's just so many beautiful covers out there, and I'm glad we get to focus on it.
I love it when a cover, like, reminds you how much you love a song. Bette Midler recently came out with an album of all girl group songs, and she does this cover of Waterfalls that is just so beautiful, just because the song
Waterfalls is perfect.
To me, Waterfalls is like one of the most beautiful songs ever written, and just hearing Bette Midler's version reminded me of that, because it had been years and years and years since I had listened to the TLC version, and I was like, wait, let me go back to the TLC version, and I'm just like, oh wait, no, this song is so brilliant. Waterfalls, I mean. Waterfalls.
Excellent. Well, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Tell us below what your favorite covers are, some covers we should check out if we haven't heard them. Tell us below. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Matt Palmer Music.
And it's Matt Steele.
And 2K Mats for both of us. And we'll be back next week with more 2K Mats. And you can, we love Adam Parnell.
We love Adam Parnell.
Our icon. And go to patreon.com/2K Mats. If you want to become a patron for as little as $1 an episode, you get a bonus video every single week. I think we're up to like 33 bonus videos, something like that. Don't you want to see 33 brand new videos right now that you've never seen of us before? You should go. Patreon.com/2K Mats.
We just filmed an exciting one where we reviewed a very famous Destiny's Child.
Yes, the writing's on the wall. The writing is on the wall, and you're gonna sign up. We'll see you there. Bye.
Bye.